What it do, Half and Jake family? Welcome back to the channel, baby.
Yes.
It's your boy Half.
Hey, girl Jay.
And we back
with another reaction video.
All right, y'all. I want to say rest in peace to Nip and Kobe. You know what I'm saying? Yesterday was Nip's birthday.
Right.
So happy birthday to my boy Nip, man.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Rest
Leo
in
Nation
peace. Yes.
in the building.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So how you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you doing, baby?
I'm doing all right.
You doing all right? Just all right?
I'm doing fabulous.
All right. I was about to say, why you doing
Yeah, I mean,
just
I'm doing
all right?
fabulous, homie.
Oh.
No. But anyway, how y'all doing out there today?
Yes.
Happy today.
Happy today.
You know what I'm saying? Hope everybody enjoying their day today.
Yes.
Night, evening, or morning.
Yes.
Whenever y'all get this.
Oh.
But what we getting to today, baby? What we reacting to?
We are reacting to Jemel Hill on Candace Owens being a Republican bootlicker.
Now, may I ask, I hope I don't sound stupid, but who is Jemel Hill?
I have no idea.
Okay. I got her this time, y'all, because she always knows shit that I don't know, but I got her this time, though. Ha! And y'all see me because it's on camera. You feel me?
Crazy.
But now, anyway, we about to get to this reaction. But before we do, everybody that's out there who has not yet subscribed to the channel,
Yes.
go ahead and hit that subscribe button.
Yes.
Turn your post notifications on.
Yes.
Like and share this video.
Yes.
And comment down below, baby. Come and join the squad, man. Half and J.
Yes.
We over here kicking off. What? Good vibes, baby. Good vibes. Boom.
Yes.
All right, let's get it.
Well, the Republican National Convention is going on right now, and Herschel Walker decided to speak out for his buddy Donald Trump. It's always interesting when you have a black person who supports Donald Trump. He's got an interesting cast. I remember D.L. Hughley said something interesting where he said that Donald Trump only accepts black people that he can ridicule, essentially.
Trump only likes a certain type of black person. He only likes, he hates Colin Powell, but he loves Kanye. Like he fucking like he hates he hates Diamond Waters, but he loves Diamond and Silver.
Yeah.
Like he picks niggas for a specific reason.
Ridicule.
It always and like it's always like he, whether you like Barack Obama or not, he's a remarkable man.
Mm-hmm.
He's you can't say he's average. He's a better human being than Trump. Here's the thing: if you had a child that grew up and became Barack Obama, regardless of the political ideology he espoused, you'd be proud.
Yeah.
If you knew your baby's gonna grow up like Donald Trump, you'd drown that motherfucker in a bathtub.
When you look at the Kanye West of the world, when you look at those two women,
Yeah. Yeah.
like when you see the people around him, this is not really the cream of the crop.
Omarosa.
Omarosa, yeah, like it goes on and on. You know, so it's kind of like it's a very interesting thing. When you saw Herschel Walker get up there, and you know this was a phenomenal athlete at one point in his life, Heisman Trophy winner and so forth. Wasn't he working with Trump on the?
I feel like he was.
Remember there was it the XFL or the?
No, the USFL.
USFL.
Yes.
There we go.
Yes.
Wasn't he one of the big players on the
Yeah,
USFL, and Trump was one of the owners of one of the teams and so forth? So he goes back.
Mm-hmm.
He goes back with it. What did you think when you saw Herschel speaking like that?
Well, it was just kind of sad because I think that, you know, what Herschel Walker doesn't understand is that he wouldn't be speaking at the Republican National Convention. He would not be friends with Donald Trump if he were not a black person who was considered to be an all-time great football player. He had to provide a service of entertainment. There's a long history of black people who entertain white people who have been let into a particular circle of white people because they entertained them. And I don't think he really understands, you know, that relationship. Like, you're there because you used to entertain Donald Trump. That's why. That's the basis of your of your friendship.
It's like a Sammy Davis Jr.
Yeah,
situation.
exactly.
With Nixon. Remember when he was all had his head on his shoulder and stuff like that? Which he never was able to really live down.
No.
Like black people kind of
Held that against him. Yeah.
to his dying day.
Totally did.
Yeah.
And so it's people who, because there are some, I still remember the meeting that, I think it was at Trump Tower where Jim Brown was there, right? Jim Brown, who has, been a civil rights icon for a long time. And you would think, why is Jim Brown in the same company of Donald Trump? And I think what a lot of people in Herschel Walker's, a lot of black people in Herschel Walker's position don't really understand is that if you were not considered by him and by people, in that circle to be a different kind of black person, then you wouldn't be in that circle. It's something I call the Sal's Pizzeria syndrome. If you've seen Do the Right Thing, there's that scene in the movie with John Turturro and Spike Lee, and he's talking to Spike Lee. Somebody calls on the phone, and he picks up the phone, and he's frustrated with the call, and as soon as he hangs up, he calls him the N-word. Spike Lee pulls him aside and said, "Hey, how is it that you can call us that, but all your favorite entertainers are black people? You like Magic Johnson, you like Prince. You got famous black people on the wall there at Sal's Pizzeria." And John Turturro says, they're black, but they're not like black. And that's how Herschel Walker doesn't understand he's being viewed. It's like, they know you're black, but to them, you're not black. Meaning that you're not a black person who can't do anything for him. Find me a black friendship that Donald Trump has where they can't do anything for him. I'd love to see what it is. I'd love to see what that looks like. Even having the Kentucky Attorney General, Daniel Cameron, there to speak. Does he think he would have that platform if he had brought charges against Breonna Taylor's killers?
Taylor, yeah.
He would not be there. The reason he is there is because he hasn't brought those charges and because he's been a Trump supporter who is seen as somebody who can do something for Donald Trump.
Right. Once again, a person he can ridicule. Here's this black guy who's not going to charge these cops for killing Breonna Taylor in a no-knock search warrant. And I've interviewed this rapper named Turk, who had one of these no-knock search warrants happen at his house. He ended up shooting one of the cops, thinking it was a home invasion. You know what I'm saying? It was he ended up going to prison and so forth. But this whole concept of we're just going to bust into a house, not knowing who's in there, not knowing if there's children, if there's women, if it's even the right house. Because I heard a story recently about a no-knock search warrant into the wrong house.
You would think that the liability behind a no-knock warrant would be enough not to ever have a no-knock warrant. Because, again, if you don't know, there's so much, not misinformation, but there's so much that they don't know when they do these things. It would just seem like a walking disaster all the time. But as we, have found out with not just Breonna Taylor's case, but like so many other cases, is that as long as the police have qualified immunity, as long as they are not held liable personally for the things that they do, then their reckless behavior has no checks and balances. And, the people who still continue to make excuses for what the police do, I encourage them to think about this from just a fiscal standpoint, because there's a lot of people who consider themselves to be fiscal conservatives. Look at the amount of lawsuits cities have to settle for reckless police behavior. It's absurd. That's taxpayer money. That's money you're paying for somebody else to be bad at their job. So at the very least, from that standpoint, that should be enough for you to want more accountability. You would think that's a very easy argument to sell. The reason it isn't is because who the police often hurt. Because I guarantee you, if they go recklessly knocking on some white people's door and invading white people's houses, it'd be an entirely different landscape for how this is looked at. If we had a bunch of videos of white people having somebody else's knee on their neck, or of white people being shot in the back 7 times, this wouldn't even be a discussion. The police would have been reformed and reimagined a long time ago. But as always, it's about who this cruelty is for. That has been at the center of why it is allowed to persist. Because it's us, because we matter less, because brown people matter less, then people are okay with how the police behave. It's the same thing with COVID-19. Once people figured out who was dying and who was being disproportionately affected, then everything wants to be reopened. Then it's okay for schools to reopen and for for schools and businesses and all that to be reopened, because they know that the people most likely to be sacrificed is us, because we're on the front lines. We're the essential workers in this country. So I shouldn't even be surprised anymore that this level of cruelty and inhumanity Black people once again find themselves subjected to.
Well, the white couple that pointed guns at the protesters are actually speaking at the RNC. And someone pointed out that Candace Owens is not. After everything she's done against Black people. Put down, supported the police shooting George Floyd.
Yeah.
Claimed it was his own fault. Every line that she's crossed in the Black community, she still could not get a slot at the RNC.
It just goes to show you that no matter how many boots you lick, at the end of the day, that they are only going to see you as a useful tool for stupidity. And now that, they appear to be not as invested in her, I guess you can maybe read that into it from her lack of appearance there. Same thing with Diamond and Silk. It's like,
right.
Suddenly it's like, that's the way it goes. It's like, you've done all the tap dancing that they want you to do, and now it is what it is.
That's deep.
Yeah.
My thing is, Candace Owens, she speaks her mind. She speaks some factual things. At the end of the day, I feel love has to conquer, which it does. It conquers everything. Like watching this, I listened and I can understand a lot of what she's saying. But then too, it's like, how are we supposed to get along as a people? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You can't live your life based on how others treat you, how others look at you. It all, like you said, we're all individual people, and we make our own decisions, and we move about our day. To keep looking at everyone else and other races and all of that, like, it stops you from living your life, really. Like, if you're constantly worried about what others feel about you, what others think about you, you can't, that's not living. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yes, racism exists in this world. Yes, it exists. It's alive and well today. But it's how you move about your day. Just like with D.L. Hughley making that comment, I guess that was a joke.
I guess.
But that was a real harsh joke. And we get a lot of jokes.
Right.
But to talk about
But
killing,
see, I didn't take that as an act. Like, you're not on stage.
Right.
Like,
right.
you know what I'm saying? And like you were just about to say about killing a child embryo.
Right. I mean, to me, I said this way before I even seen this.
I never really been a D.L. Hughley fan anyway. No, I'm just keeping it 100.
Right.
I've never really been a D.L. Hughley fan anyway. And
Right.
one of the reasons is because I feel all his comedy is just based on white people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he's always talking about white people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And that shit gets old. To me, like, you gotta talk about new material.
But that draws a lot of division right there.
Right.
Just that him commenting saying if you are mother or parent
Mm-hmm.
of Barack Obama, you knew you know what I'm saying? Like,
Minus a political intelligence,
right,
you'll be proud.
right.
But if you was a parent of
Donald
Trump, you don't want to. What do you say? Flush the baby down the toilet or something like that,
Or
drown the
drown-
baby. Or
yeah.
something? Drown the baby or something like.
That was hateful.
Yeah.
That was real hateful. Now, if
That's-
someone white said that,
Mm-hmm.
it would be all over the news. It would be headline. You know what I'm saying?
Or what if I don't know if he has a son or not, but let's just say he did. Hypothetically speaking, let's just say if he had a son, his son was out there, you know, committing crimes and, you know, this, that, and the third, and, you know, killed a woman
Mm-hmm.
and her child, and, you know, doing all type of just crazy shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then somebody made a comment to him publicly saying, well, damn, maybe D.L. Hughley should have just killed his son
Right.
at birth or before, you know what I'm saying? Not even have him, instead of having him, you know what I'm saying? Like, how would he feel about that? Because at the end of the day, it's still somebody's child that you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
Right.
mean? And a joke is a joke, I understand that,
Right.
but it's,
The delivery and
right.
and who you are as a person, how you're
Right.
set
And
up.
how you compared it, though.
Right. That was
You
all
compared it
bad. That
like
was
a race
tasteless.
thing.
Yes.
It was like a race thing.
That
Like,
was
black
terrible.
man, white man.
Now, see, if that was Bill Burr or a comedian of that isn't
it
black,
would have been all across the
that would, all over
social media,
YouTube.
right.
Yes, it would have been. That would have been trending, like
Right.
really, really badly.
right. And maybe that was, we didn't see it.
I didn't see
But
it.
I never seen it, but but yeah, that was. You know,
It's just how do we move forward with the same mentality and the same, you know, just the whole separation thing. How do we get along as a whole, as people,
right.
if we're going to continuously, you know, separate ourselves, or you know what I'm saying, or have hatred in our heart? Like,
Do you
how?
think it's just in our nature as human beings? Because when you think about years back, how it's always been conflict between human beings.
Yeah, it's
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just in our nature just to, you know what I'm saying? Like, to have some type of issue, not necessarily with another race, just with another human being,
just
period.
right. But
You
that's
know?
what debates are for. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? That's what we have debates for, and
But it's kind of, like I said, it's been going on for years.
right.
Like,
But
fighting
yeah,
wars
exactly.
and-
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Like we can't heal the world, but we can start somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
it's kind of like wild animals in the jungle, right?
Mm-hmm.
They would never be able to come to a point to where they all will get along.
Right. It's
That's
always
kinda
gonna
like
be
how we are
something.
as human beings.
Exactly.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
We,
Like-
I don't think we will ever get along. That would be a perfect world.
Right, that's
which
what I'm saying.
We're not living in a perfect world.
Right.
But we can start somewhere to where we're able to even get along in a space and have fun, you know? But
Right. Because we're all one species, though, as human beings. Like, you know, animals got different species, different, you know what I mean? So that's why but we're all one species. So you think all one species should be able
Right.
to get along.
Right.
But anyway.
and then she mentioned the fact of Herschel Walker, you know, saying his speech or whatever for Trump. But everybody has their preference of friends. She was saying that, like, the only reason he was friends with Trump is because he entertained Trump.
Right.
But everybody has friends who make them laugh, or you know what I'm saying, or you know, or I gotta call up such and such because I know he gonna make me laugh today, or she gonna make me laugh today. Like,
Right.
It
But
was
I mean,
almost
when
like
you
she was-
when you reach a certain status anyway, those were kind of friends that come with that territory anyway, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, once you become a celebrity, those that happens. Just like if you're a football player, you will meet a lot of football players that's friends. You know what I'm saying? The old saying is birds of a feather flock together.
Right.
So
they friends for a reason.
they're friends for a reason.
And I don't feel that it's just for entertainment purposes.
No, they probably have their own personal
if it
relationship.
Is, yeah, he probably makes Trump laugh, or
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
Whatever it be.
everybody has their preference.
But that just goes back to say why is it always a problem when somebody is doing something out the ordinary that somebody else don't agree with?
Right.
They always got their own. I wonder if that's kind of like saying that if I had a friend that was, you know, a drug dealer, didn't have a job, was out here selling drugs every day, you know what I'm saying, with the wild bam, but was a good person though.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like people would look at me like, well, why are you hanging with him?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, aren't you better than that? Like, what you mean am I better
Right.
than that?
And another,
Like-
can I before I forget, I know a lot of Christian people will tell you quickly, oh, you can't hang with that person because they're not saved.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the main person you want to hang with so you can help them. You know what I'm saying?
But that same Christian person that's telling you don't hang with that person that's not saved, they're in a relationship but not married.
Boom.
You know what I'm saying?
It's hypocritical.
Yeah. So
thinking.
yeah, and we all do it.
We all do
We
it.
all. I have done it. Y'all have done it. She has done it. Like we all have done it. But it's just like
It's
don't
time
be
for a
that
change.
person who's always doing the pointing.
Right.
But
And
you're not perfect yourself. You feel me? You're doing shit that you should be getting pointed at too. You feel what I'm saying? So don't. That's what I hate. I hate when somebody. It's like saying, I rob a liquor store. That's my thing. I do. That's how I eat. I rob liquor stores and shit. I'm telling you, you shouldn't be robbing no gas stations.
Right.
Like you know what I'm saying? Nigga, you shouldn't be robbing no gas stations. Nigga,
I don't know if we'll ever come down to the. I don't know. I just hope one day everybody will just get it. Like it would just click how it clicked for us.
Right.
I wish it would just click.
Right.
Like, you know, I don't have to dislike this person because of, you know, how they were raised or how they, you know, how they think. Like, I feel everybody has something in common.
Right.
That's just how I think. You can go anywhere and get along with anybody. I feel you can.
Right.
I feel it's possible. Because I've been racially profiled. I've had a lot of racist things happen to me. But it's not going to stop me from feeling how I feel. I have love for everybody. I love to see people getting along genuinely and having a good time. I love that. But to hold yourself back because of how you about another race, like it's crazy to me, and I will never ever grasp that or understand it. I will never understand that.
Right.
I just don't get it.
Right.
We are able thinking human beings, and I just don't understand why we can't figure it out how to get along.
Right.
I don't get it.
Right.
If a person feels feels differently from you, just respect it and understand it and keep about your day. Don't let it hinder you and oppress you. Like don't do that to yourself. You can call me an Uncle Tom all day, but I am going to love everybody regardless. And half is the same way. We love people. That's just who we are. I will never understand it. I don't understand racism at all. And I think that's why we talk about it a lot, because I don't understand it. I don't get it.
Right.
Yes, racism happens, but love is the answer to everything to me. Love is the answer. Love is the answer.
Right.
I didn't understand that fully until I got this age. Like, for real.
Right.
I didn't. But I understand it. Love is everything.
Right.
But you're gonna keep creating the division by, you know what I'm saying? Keep feeling how you feel.
Right.
D.L. Hughley and a lot of people who think that way. It's sad.
Yep.
I'm done talking. It's just
Okay.
crazy. It's crazy. I can go on for days.
All right, so hope y'all enjoyed that reaction. So let's get into some shout outs.
Okay. First shout out goes to Heather O'Neal. What's up, Heather O'Neal?
Heather O'Neal, what's going on? Shout out to you. Hope you enjoyed that reaction.
Yes.
Come back and join us for some more.
Yes. Second shout out goes to Pat Williams. What's up, Pat Williams?
Pat Williams, what's going on, man? Shout out to you. Hope you enjoyed that reaction. Come back and join us for some more.
Yes, and I almost put half and y'all to sleep. Sorry.
So with that being said, we out this day, y'all.
Yes.
Peace.